We are live. Great morning, business owners and managers. Wes, oh, hold up. Wes Walters here. And thank you for tuning in for another awesome episode of CX in the Morning, Customer Experience in the Morning. On every single CX in the Morning, I bless you with customer service tips, customer experience tricks, and I leave you with gems. And if you have been watching long enough, by gems, I mean actionable takeaways that we can implement at the speed of now. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. How is everyone's week going thus far? How's everyone's week going thus far? This is the Wednesday hump day. This is the check-in before the lesson. So this is the first full week of 2024. I hate dating the shows, but wanted to recognize that. And so you should be halfway through your goals. It's Wednesday. Your weekly goals for this week, you should be halfway. And if you're not, then you got to double up. Now, this is what my mentors would always tell me. They would say, hey, Wes, the first week of the month of January, the first week of the year, is a microcosm of what the entire year is going to look like. So if you ace this week, which you should, chances are you're going to ace the rest of the month and the rest of the year. Can you change? Of course, you can reinvent yourself every single day, which we should. Everyone who follows me know that we go from zero to hero every day. Every day we start over. Every day it's a new slate, zero. So right now we are starting at zero. We are zero, and by the end of the day, we're going to be hero. So let's get everything going here. Set the mood first for the juggling. And now let the juggling begin. All right. So we're going to get right into the meat and potatoes. We're not going to waste any time because you're here and I want to value your time. So let's get right into it. So if you're not watching this on YouTube, which you're on IG, after the show, I would encourage you to go to YouTube, watch it on YouTube. Moving forward, after Q1, we're not even going to be doing it on IG anymore. Everything's going to be on YouTube. So after the show, go to YouTube and subscribe. As a matter of fact, halfway through the show, I'm going to have to show some slides. So you're going to want to, in order to see the slides, you're going to have to be on YouTube. But if you want to hang out right here, I'm going to give you a heads up before we do that, and you're fine. When you go over there, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Help the channel. All right, let's jump right into the juggling. All right, so 2024 is over. We're in 2025, and we have data because everyone who knows, in data we trust. We don't make decisions based on how we feel. We make decisions based on data, and in data we trust. Let's get right into it. What worked in 2024? Like we said, the name of this, the title of the show is What Worked in 2024? Now add gasoline, more gasoline. In 2024, it was an AI invasion. Yes, an AI invasion, not an AI suggestion, but an invasion. AI. Now, most of my clients are over 55. So they're not old, they're seasoned. We have seasoned clients, most of my clients, and they are very reluctant to embrace an AI. I get it. I understand. It's new. What's with the way we've been doing business all along, Mr. Walters? We don't need AI, all this new technology, you young people. I get it. It's a little bit of fear behind that. It's fair. But if you don't embrace AI, you will become obsolete and you will no longer be here. I don't know how else to say it. You have to embrace it. However, lucky for you, you're not alone. Wes Walters is going to hold your hand and lead you into the AI frontier. I'm going to do it with you, so you will not be alone. And I understand, especially Miss Johnson is watching right now. I know, Miss Johnson, you do not want to do. If I say AI, Miss Johnson wants to cuss me out. She's like, don't mention anything about those bots. I'm putting your business out, Miss Johnson. Hey, if I have a conversation with Miss Johnson, when I say, have you considered AI? Don't tell me anything about those bots, Wes. into Q1, I'm going to hold your hand, Ms. Johnson, and we're going to walk together into the AI frontier, into AI euphoria, into AI euphoria. All right. So there was an AI invasion, of course, with chatbots, with video editing software, video editing services, and of course, with AI doing everything, even from summarizing posts, summarizing text. Like I remember when my dad, said, "Yeah, I'm going to college." Yeah, you're going to college. Make sure you learn a trade. I'm like, "Nah, I'm going to college. I need no trade. I'm going to college." Say, learn a trade, Wess. In addition to college, I was like, "Cool." So that's why I'm a professionally trained editor. I went to school for television production, and I started off at Turner and at CNN, and I was a television editor. I remember when the AI started coming in, and I was like, "Man, I'm an editor. I am safe." Wrong. I remember the feeling I would have in conversation with other editors. I was like, yeah, that industry, people who are copywriters, they're gone. This industry, they're gone. Man, have you seen what AI is doing for this? Gone. We're editors. They're always going to need us editors. We have to we're the storytellers of society. We are the storytellers. Everything you see, it's because of an editor. We set the tone. I remember thinking of that, like, thank you, Pops. You said, learn a trade. I learned the trade, and I'm good for the rest of my life. Then AI entered the chat. AI was like, yeah, you edit? Yeah, we could do that in a nanosecond. Yeah, you're not safe either, buddy. So you better pivot. And we're here. So the AI invasion is here. Don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. Embrace it. And again, if you're a follower, if you're a current client, I'm going to hold your hand as we go towards AI euphoria. So have no fear. Today's your lucky day. Have no fear. Wes is going to walk with you and show you how, for the remainder of 2025, how we're going to capitalize off of AI. Next, number 2 on what worked in 2024. Short form content is king. King Kong. Short form content. Now, the only reason I do long form content like this is because to connect with my fans, connect with my followers, as well as I slice this long form content into smaller bite size. So making one show for 30 minutes, I'm able to slice this up into 25 other clips. Using AI, by the way, I no longer do this. Back in the day, I used to pay my son and Ron K sometimes to do it. Now, I load the clip and hit enter, grab me a cup of coffee with that Wes Walters mug. By the time I'm finished taking that wig, the long form content has been chopped up, diced up, and ready for distribution. True story. It's kind of scary. Like, imagine going to jail in 1986. Imagine going to jail, and I said 1996. We didn't even got to go 86, 96. Because when I was entering college in 1996, nonlinear editing was just coming in. Like I'm on the border. I am one of the few editors at this age who used to edit using not nonlinear, linear editing, where we want to edit this out. You have one chance to edit this out correctly because there was no Control Z. There was no undo. There was no undo button. Say, hey, we want to cut Wes Walters when he puts his hand on his forehead. If you cut that out incorrectly, that's the way it is. There is no undo. I entered college in 96, right when those machines were going out and Avid nonlinear editing software was coming in. And then right after that, we had the Final Cuts, and that Final Cut changed the game. Final Cut allow college students to have all of the tools that a professional Hollywood studio would have. So the Final Cut suite changed the game. But I remember I played around with linear editing, and I was like, what if we mess up? If you mess up, you messed up. There was no undo. It was like cassette tapes. You cut it, and that's it. We want to cut Wes holding his head. You cut that, and that's gone. If you mess that up, there's no undo. There's no undo. So now I shoot long form content, hit enter, boom, slices it up into bite-sized content quickly, at the speed of now, quickly. So if you went to jail in 1996 and you came out now, you'll be flabbergasted. You'll be like, what type of voodoo stuff is this? Like, how is it possible? This voodoo stuff is called AI, my friend. I know you've been locked up all this time. This is how we do things now outside of jail, all right? So short form content is king. It's King Kong. It's vital. If you are not doing short form content, stories, YouTube shorts, what is it called on TikTok? So the short form content, we know them as stories on IG, on Facebook. That's king. The hierarchy of content are in this order. Take the notes out. Short form content. Yes, even on platforms like Instagram. Instagram started as a still image platform. Meta acquired it, and now the hierarchy is short form content, long form content, then pictures. Still images are like, it's short form content. They want you to use all of the other features, carousels, going lives like this. All of the things, including video, are higher on the hierarchy. Still images is at the bottom, way at the bottom. So short form content is king. That's what worked in 2024. That's what the data says. We make decisions based on data. It would behoove you to use more short form content. Swim in the direction of the current, my friend. Don't be a rebel without a cause. Well, I want to do long form content because no. You will have a greater chance of showing up on the discovery page with short form content. We're not going to take much time trying to drive this into you. That's what the data says. That's not what I says. It's not my opinion. This is data. Short form content is king. If I were you, I would start incorporating more short form content. Number 3, on the things that worked in 2024, omni-channel support. Omni-channel support. Gone are the days where you're like, well, I don't care where my customers are. I'm on Facebook and that's where I'm staying. You can do that all you want. Your customers are where your competition is, where your customers are. So if you want to be on Facebook and you're like, most of your clients, the data says your avatar is on LinkedIn, but you're like, LinkedIn is kind of stuffy. Everybody's over there is bougie. Bookmark this video. On January 8th in 2025, Wes Walters is telling you, you will not be here in business next January 2026. If you refuse to embrace the lessons that I'm teaching you from the data, this is not Wes Walters' opinion. If you refuse to embrace this data, bookmark this video. And today will be the day in history where Wes warned you that you will be out of business next year, January. You will. Now, Amazon is always hiring, and Walmart is always hiring. And that's not a diss. We need Walmart and Amazon employees because they make the world a better place. And Amazon is the adult version of the ice cream truck. So if your business fails, which it will if you don't embrace AI, you can always work at the adult ice cream shop, which is called Amazon. Every day the Amazon truck shows up. I don't know how every day Soraya is ordering something. It always shows up. And yes, so you have to like, it's vital. It's vital. And again, it's not a big, hairy, scary AI. I am going to help you on this journey, 2024. The team and I, we have an entire plan laid out to help the ones who have been reluctant, like Ms. Johnson, to embrace an AI. And we're going to show you step by step how we can help you implement these things. It's going to be easy. All right, we're almost finished. So again, gone are the days where you felt you have a monopoly, where you're like, well, we got the best shrimp, we got the best grits, this is grandma's favorite recipe, but we're over here. If your customers are over there and you're over here, you are going to fail and you will not be in business next January. Take that for what it is. You can be mad, you can huff and puff. You're not going to be in business next year. You will not be in business. All right, now here's a perfect example. 2 years ago, in 2023, when I was supporting my clients, I was using Pipedrive, ActiveCampaign, Once Hub for scheduling, and Slack or Microsoft Teams to communicate. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4 apps 2 years ago. Pipedrive, ActiveCampaign, Once Hub, as well as Slack or Teams for communication. So this thing will just keep ringing. It doesn't matter. Today, I'm not going to list the name of the application because they're not a sponsor. And we're all about getting that bag, right? They're not a sponsor. But today, the clients that I support, we use one application that does all of what Pipedrive did, ActiveCampaign did, Once Hub for scheduling, and Slack. One application. In 12, 14 months, this application came and said, hey, all of you are out of business. That's going to be you, my friend, if you don't embrace AI. Ms. Johnson and friends. I want to point her out. She's like, why you pick on me, Mr. Walters? Ms. Johnson and friends. Ms. Johnson kids. Because that's who I really talk to, her kids. If you don't embrace AI, your competition is coming to replace you, and you will not be here next January. I want that to sink in. If there's music playing in the background, stop the music right now. I want you to understand, all of my clients in 2023, every single one utilize Pipedrive, ActiveCampaign, Once Hub for scheduling, and for communication, either Slack or Microsoft Teams. Not some, all of my clients. This was the norm. This was regular business. You're on Pipedrive, you're on ActiveCampaign, you're on Once Hub. That was it. Today, every single client now uses blank. I'm not going to name the name. But if there's an application that encompasses ActiveCampaign, Pipedrive, Slack, Teams, everything in one, all the clients are using that one application right now. Listen, winter is here. If I were you and I was listening to a bald-headed customer experience professional, I would take heed and I would do exactly what he's telling me to do. Not because he is right, but because the data supports it. All right? So 75% of CRM leaders say that they are receiving more customer service tickets than ever before. 75%. These are not maybe numbers. 75% is a lot. That's a lot. Now, you're like, okay, Wes, sorry for the sky is falling, all the gloom. No. You know, we offer solutions here. We're all about solutions. So 2025, what are we going to do? I want you to take out your notepad. Take out your notepad. Take out your notepad, because these numbers are going to blow your mind. You're going to be like, what? Yes, take out your notepad or the notepad in your phone. Self-service is down 9%. Self-service. Hey, Quasi, thanks for joining, buddy. Self-service is down 9%. So the ones who are the go-getters, the do-it-yourselfers, the Gen Zers who would do it themselves, who prefer not to talk to someone, it's down last year. Down. It went down. The do-it-yourselfers say, I'm tired. That went down 9%. Now, take notes, because you're going to be like, what? That makes no sense. When I read it, I couldn't believe it. I had to do more due diligence. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. What? The do-it-yourselfers are no longer do-it-yourselfers? Yes, the do-it-yourselfers are no longer do-it-yourselfers, right? So that's down 9%. Even with AI customers reaching out more for support. But customer use of technology, drum roll please, is up 22%. Now, 22%, that's not a jokey number. That's something to be concerned about. So you're like, Wes, land this plane for me, Wes. Self-service is down 9%. However, your customer use of technology is up 22%. How does that make sense, Wes? That makes no sense. Stick with me, I'll let you know. So what we are going to do moving into 2025 is automated integration. So we're not going to say swim or drown, Miss Johnson. You better embrace AI or you're going to die. No, it's going to be automation integration. And again, I am going to hold your hand as we do this. So what we saw, the data has shown us that there is a hybrid customer that has been developed. There is a hybrid, the do-it-yourselfers and the ones who prefer to speak to people, they're merging, they're swimming towards the same direction. There's a hybrid. So although that's how the number doesn't make sense, you're like, Wes, that makes no sense. Self-service is down 9%. Use of technology is up 22% because this new hybrid of customer, they want support because they want more support. 67% say we want more support, up from 42 in 2023. They want support. However, this is the catch. They want support at the speed of now. They ain't got time to waste. I want support. I don't want to do it myself. But when I reach out, if you don't have the answers at the speed of now, they go from calm to blasting you on social media. This company sucks. Nobody can reply. Nobody's replying. How long did you send the message? 36 seconds ago. But that's not the point. They should reply right away. This is what the data says. So self-service is down. We're like, we don't want to do it ourselves anymore. We want you to help us. But when I reach out, 37 seconds later, somebody better be able to reply, or I'm mad. Not only am I mad, I'm blasting you on social media. This company sucks. You guys don't know what customer support is. This is what the data says. They want support, but they want it at the speed of now. Wes, how do we fix this? I'm glad you asked. That's why I'm here to serve you. That's why I'm here to serve you. The way we serve this, the quick fix, at the end of this week, you need to do this today. So Friday, when I check in with you, it's done. You need to add a FAQ to your website immediately. You're like, what's an FAQ? For the younger folks, a frequently asked question side of your website. That's the data says that's the first place. That's the first place customers, the do-it-yourselfers, they go to when they reach out to you and 37 seconds later, you don't reply. They go to the frequently asked questions. They go to either it's on your website. You can have a separate landing page. It doesn't even have to be a website. You can create a free landing page. Put it in the link in your bio. Say, hey, you have questions, click here. And they're going to do a search on the problem they're experiencing. Hey, username is not working. They're going to search, type that in, and they need to get a response right away. That stops the bottleneck. For a lot of you don't know what bottleneck is, meaning that stops the the choking effect, where you can't reply right away, but the frequently asked questions allow part of your website or that link or that landing page allows the flow of information to continue to flow even when you are not able to reply in 37 seconds. And you're like, 37 seconds is the number where they go from calm to upset. Now, the real actual number, the data says they want 67% want a resolution within 3 hours. Remember 2 years ago? Remember 2 years ago, the answer to that was most consumers prefer a answer within 24 hours. Remember that? That's gone. If you're replying in 24 hours, you will not be in business. Congratulations, you will not be in business next January. The days of 24 hours to get back to someone, that's gone. Dude, in 24 hours, they have already bought the same product from another company and it's showing up in Amazon today. You cannot reply in 24 hours or we'll have a solution in 24 hours. Are you kidding me? Like the younger generation, like my daughter, she doesn't understand that language. Like 24 hours, like, huh? You mean as in tomorrow? She would lose her mind if I told her, like, Dad, I have a problem. Yeah, I'm gonna fix it tomorrow. What? Nah. Today, in 3 hours, if it's not done by lunch, we're going with the competition. That's the way the generation that's coming behind us, your consumers that you want to support, Of course, we know we're all about the lifetime value of a customer. The ones that are coming behind you, they don't understand 24 hours. No, that's not now. Right now. Matter of fact, while we're having this conversation, they are Googling solutions about the problem. Why we're like Siri is listening, Google Gemini is listening, and before you say no, like, don't worry, I got it figured out. Gemini just figured it out for me. So at the speed of now, so that's the disconnect with the numbers. Because at first I had to read. I had to reach out to one of my customer service professional friends. I'm like, how does this make sense? It was like, it makes sense. He was flabbergasted as well. It was like, hey, it's because the do-it-yourselfers, they want help, but they are unapologetic. They want help now, right now. And if you can't do it, we're going to go to the competition because loyalty is at an all-time low. Like, I remember there was a time when, because I used to work at UPS Logistics, not the UPS, the regular. I used to work for the UPS side of the planes. So I would load sheets onto the planes in UPS. And I remember because I used to work at UPS in college, I was brand loyal to UPS. So when I'm checking out years ago, when checking out, you had the option of choosing FedEx, UPS, or the yellow one, DHL. Back then, about 10 years ago, you could choose how you wanted your package to be delivered. Right before Amazon got its own trucks, there were some vendors where you would purchase and you had the option of choosing which delivery company delivered the product. I was UPS loyal because I used to work at UPS. I had stocks in UPS. Now I could care less. FedEx, UPS, DHL, Amazon, I don't care who I just wanted to be here. So customer loyalty is at an all-time low, very low. So customers don't really care right now. If you can't deliver, they are on to the next one. And with technology now, with AI, they're gone quick. Like the AI is solving because these devices are listening. They're listening to us. They are solving the problem as they're asking the question. Right now, they're solving the problem as you're like, these things are listening. So they wanted it at the speed of now, and we're going to have automation integration. I'm going to help you with that. So this new hybrid of customer that we have in 2025, I'm going to show you how to solve these questions. Again, the deliverables, the takeaways, you need to have a frequently asked questions added to your website in the link of your bio. It's real simple. You can get a free landing page. It doesn't cost you anything. Create a landing page and say, hey, These are the most common things that customers experience with our brand. And if we can't get back to you in 37 seconds, you can find the help. You can self-help your hit, because the self-helpers, the do-it-yourselfers, they still want to do it themselves. They just want, when there's a hiccup, there's a solution right now. They have zero patience. It makes sense why short-form content is king, because the attention span of this generation is like microwave. Like, it needs to be now, right now, or deals off. You can get frustrated and be like, they're so spoiled, they're spoiled brats. Or you can say, this is an opportunity to solve them at the world-class level. And with Wess Walters' help, I'm going to step up. Guess what? It's two options: swim or drown. There's no in between. You can't half swim. Swim, learn to swim with AI, or you are going to drown. Let that sink in. Let it sink in. Embrace, let's breathe. Like the people of my family up north, they say, pause, Wess. So you're saying if I don't embrace this AI, I might not be in business next year? You might not make it to summer. Real talk. Pause. Let that sink in. Let it sink in. You have to embrace it. This is not my opinion. The data says this is where we're going. This is where we're here. And it's crazy because it's machine learning. So as we're speaking, it's learning how better to serve you. The computers are learning. It's not a new code that they have to write. No. They write this code that says, study these consumers and serve them at a world-class level. So it's learning. The algorithms are learning how to better serve you. If I were you, I would want to be on the positive side of the fence. All right, let's keep it moving. Number 2, again, we're going to offer omni-channel support. We're going to meet your customers where they are. If they're on LinkedIn, you have to be on LinkedIn. You don't own a monopoly anymore. Remember, I was talking about the Amazon effect. The Amazon effect is what the consumers of today are used to. Amazon effect is that we expect things within the worst case, the end of the day. Now, even though your competition is not Amazon, your customers, the consumers of today, have been Amazonized, for a term, right? So their expectations is, hey, it needs to be here. Worst case scenario. Like, I live in the east side of Atlanta. There's a Amazon warehouse not too far from my house. It's 8:45. I can order something from Amazon today and it will be here by 11 o'clock because I live so close to a distribution center. Customers who, even if Amazon is not their competition, customers like myself, I expect that. So the bar has been it's been lifted, that all your customers now are going to expect exactly what they expect from Amazon. If you can't keep up, you will no longer be in business. Embrace it and thrive, fight it and perish. Harsh truth. We're not going to sugarcoat it. Let's keep it moving. So, but again, I'm going to help you. No fear. Wess is going to have the whole thing laid out of how I'm going to hold your hand and take you into embrace. At the end of this year, you guys are going to be AI specialists, AI gurus, and AI is going to be so integrated into your business that you're not even going to be thinking about it. All right. Now, this is where you need to, if you want to see the slide, you don't have to go. I can tell it to you, but if you want to see it, you possibly want to go over to YouTube right now. Let me share this screen. All right, great. So as you can see, here's the data. It says the most effective customer service channel, like we covered earlier, is the AI bots. Now, if you're not seeing this, it's juxtaposed with the most preferred customer channel. So the most efficient is to the left, and the most preferred customer service channel is to the right. AI at 15% is to the left as the most efficient customer service channel. The most preferred is AI, 15%. It's a perfect match. Perfect match. Now, the most effective customer channel, second, is online chat. It's perfect. Same, just slightly different. 15% is the most preferred for customers, 15%. Now, here's where it gets different. Now, phone, the most efficient and preferred are tied at 9% for phone. Now, here's where it gets different. The most effective channel is social media. We all have social medias in our pocket. However, the most preferred, you would think customers would prefer social media. No, customers prefer email. They prefer to be like, over social media, email beats social media. So the social media marketing, people who thought social media marketing was over, it's not over. Social media is very vital. So this is the difference. We think that social media is King Kong. No, email beats social media in regards to what customers prefer. This is not my thinking or my opinion. This is what the data says. And last on the list, the most efficient form of channel is in person at 9%, and then social media is at 8%. So we see the disconnect. We always thought that social media is king, Instagram, Facebook. No. Email beats social media in regards to the preferred channel. So keep that in mind going into 2025. All right, let's wrap this up. Now, lastly, personalization. This is what we're going to do in regards to 2025 and how we're going to separate you from your competition. Personalization. You will never be able to provide your customers with the service that they need unless you understand them. So it's vital for you to get into your CRM, study the data, and know your customer. Why is this beneficial? Well, because personalized customer experience, it improves your CSAT customers, which is your customer satisfaction scores. It also increased customers' lifetime value, as well it increases your ROI. So again, it would behoove you to personalize your experience. Although there's AI, you cannot get away from the human touch. You cannot get away from the human touch. Personalization is still very valid. Now let's land this plane. How are we going to do this, Mr. Walters? I'm glad you asked. Proactive customer service. You're like, that sounds familiar. I've heard that before. Yes, Wess talks about it in his book. It's called anticipatory service. Anticipatory service. So you are going to, by studying your customer, you are going to anticipate the service failures. You're going to anticipate what they need. You're going to anticipate what's going to make them feel better about your business before it even happens. Perfect story. Sometimes, so I've always been a Verizon customer, but Verizon is expensive. So I explored T-Mobile. Been happy with T-Mobile ever since. Ever so often, T-Mobile would call me out of the blue. I'm minding my business, having my coffee. Ring, ring, there's a phone call from T-Mobile. Hey, Mr. Walters, we saw that you've been with us since Jesus was on the planet, right? You've been with us so long, right? And we see that you have a grandfather plan. It's no longer available. But what you're paying, we have a new program, a new plan that can save you more, give you Netflix for free, and you can get a free phone for it. That's how I got this iPhone. You get a free line. Out of the blue, they called me and said, hey, we looked at your plan. We can offer you more for the same price and give you a free line. That's how I have this free iPhone here. I'm like, oh, I'm an Android guy, but it's free. The line is free. I'm on IG with this iPhone because it's free. Because T-Mobile called me and said, hey, that plan you have, that's so 2024. Let's give you a 2025 plan for the same price, but you're going to get a free line. How cool is that? What does that do for my feelings towards T-Mobile? How do I feel about T-Mobile as a customer? What do you think? Of course, it goes through the ceiling because they called me. I didn't have to Google. I didn't have to hear it from someone like, oh, T-Mobile got this new deal that they're not even telling you about. You can save more money if you call. No, they called me and said, hey, Mr. Walters, we want you to save money. We want to give you more bang for your buck. Here's a new plan. We're going to get rid of this new plan. We're going to give you Netflix for free. Boom, and a new line for free. I'm a happy camper. Does this sound like someone who's going to be leaving T-Mobile because they understand that customer loyalty is at an all-time low? They know, like, hey, if they're not doing what I want them to do, I will jump ship tomorrow. I will have an Obama phone tomorrow if the service is better. I will. T-Mobile knows that. They're like, no, we don't want Wess to go. No, we want to keep him with his, what do you call those phones when you fall? I fall and I can't get up. One of those free phones. No, I will go to one of those. And T-Mobile knows that. They're like, no, let's keep him happy. So again, anticipatory service is going to separate you from, here it is, 75% say their perception of a company changed to positive after something like that happened. I can testify. After T-Mobile called me, I was like, man, I like T-Mobile. That felt good. That felt good. So those are the four things that we're going to do moving into 2024. And again, have no fear. It's not enough time to say, how are we going to do it step by step, line item by line item. But I want to give you guys a bird's eye view of what's going to be happening in 2025. I'm going to help you. Have no fear. Don't panic. But this is what worked in 2024. And what are we going to do? We're going to add gasoline to it. We're going to just blaze this thing up. And we're going to have you blazing fire. You're going to be blazing hot after this implementation. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you were here for this long, don't just watch, but implement the deliverables. What you have to do, your homework, is to add an FAQ to your website, the link in your bio, create a free landing page. Landing pages are free. Create a landing page and have an FAQ. What are the consistent questions or hiccups that your customers experience? You want to put that where it's a searchable FAQ, where if they have a problem with chapstick, they can go to the site and type in chapsticks, and a query is going to show up of other people just like them who have had that question, that problem, and how they solved it. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in to another awesome episode of CX in the Morning. I'm your gracious host, Wess Walters. As always, I look forward to seeing you guys next Wednesday. It might be CX in the morning, or it might be CX in the evening. You never know what you're going to get, but it's going to be CX regardless on Wednesday. Looking forward to serving you guys at a world-class level. Listen, go be great. Go be awesome. Remember who you are. Who you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. Go be great. Peace.